In a land where kingdoms rose and fell like tides, there lived a man named Eli, a slave in the fortress of King Zoltar, a ruler feared by all. Zoltar was known for his cruelty, his hunger for power, and his cold heart. His soldiers trembled in his presence. His people prayed for his wrath to pass them by. And deep inside the castle walls, where the air reeked of iron and sweat, Eli worked day and night, silent, obedient, unseen. He had once been free, the son of a farmer, a dreamer who believed life was fair. But war had swallowed his village. His parents were gone. Chains replaced freedom. Yet, even in chains, something in Eli refused to die. A tiny flame that whispered, "Endure, do not break." King Zoltar had a cruel habit. Each year, he would choose one slave and test their will. Most never survived. One morning, as the sun spilled blood red over the kingdom, Zoltar's voice echoed through the courtyard. "Bring me the slave with the quiet eyes," he commanded. And so, fate dragged Eli before the throne. The king studied him in silence. "Tell me, slave," he said, "what do you fear most?" Eli lowered his gaze. "I fear losing hope," my King Zoltar smirked. "Then let us take it from you." He had no idea that the quiet eyes before him were not filled with fear, but with a strength that would soon challenge the very throne he sat upon. For weeks, Eli was thrown into labor beyond imagination. He was given no rest, little food, and no comfort. The soldiers mocked him, calling him broken. But each night, as the others collapsed, Eli whispered to himself, "Pain is my teacher. Weakness leaves when I face it." He remembered his father's voice from years ago. A man's worth is not shown when he is strong, but when he has nothing left and still refuses to give up. Those words became his armor. Every insult, every wound, every sleepless night, he absorbed them, molded them, turned them into fuel. And soon, even the cruel king began to notice something strange. Eli did not break. He carried stones twice his weight. He bled and stumbled, yet stood again. Soldiers whispered, "That slave, he doesn't feel pain." One evening, Zoltar summoned him. "Why do you not curse me?" the king asked. Eli met his gaze and said, "Because curses feed the weak. Gratitude feeds the strong." The king laughed coldly. "You are no man. You are madness itself." "Maybe," Eli replied softly, "but madness keeps me alive." Zoltar's fascination turned to fury. "If pain cannot break you," he growled, "then fear will." He ordered Eli to be sent to the mountain prison, a place where even the bravest soldiers refused to go. The howling winds, the freezing nights, no one returned alive. They chained Eli to a stone cell high above the cliffs. Every gust of wind cut through his bones. He had no blanket, no fire, only his breath and his will. Most men would have prayed for death. But Eli prayed for something else, the strength to outlast it. Days turned into weeks. His body weakened, but his mind sharpened. He spoke to the stars, the moon, the silence. "Break me," he whispered, "and I will rebuild stronger." In the freezing dark, he began to meditate, not on comfort, but on endurance. He imagined his pain as a storm, and himself as the mountain it could never move. Slowly, his fear died. In its place, discipline was born, calm, quiet, and unshakable. When the guards came weeks later, expecting to find a corpse, they found Eli sitting upright, eyes closed, breathing slow, calm like the sea before dawn. Word reached the king. "Impossible," Zoltar muttered. "Bring him back." When Eli stood before him again, his body was thin, but his presence filled the hall. His eyes no longer looked at the king, they looked through him. "Tell me, slave," Zoltar said, "what kept you alive?" Eli smiled faintly. "The thought that my spirit belongs to no man, not even a king." Zoltar rose from his throne. "Then you are no longer a slave," he said slowly, "but a threat." He ordered Eli to fight his strongest warrior, a giant named Theron, undefeated in every battle. The courtyard filled with people to witness the impossible. A frail slave against a mountain of a man. The horn sounded Theron. Charged like a beast, but Eli didn't move. He waited, breathing slow, calm, watching. At the last second, he stepped aside, using Theron's weight against him. The giant stumbled. Eli struck once, not with strength, but with precision. Theron fell. The crowd went silent. That day, a whisper spread across the kingdom. The slave who cannot be broken. The king stared in disbelief. "How?" he demanded. Eli answered, "I learned that fear blinds the strong, but calm empowers the weak." For the first time in years, King Zoltar felt something he hadn't felt since boyhood: respect. Tisley dismissed the guards. "Tell me," he said, "how do you master such power?" Eli stepped closer. "Power is not mastery, my king. It is surrender to pain, to loss, to the storm. When you stop running from suffering, you become unbreakable." The words pierced Zoltar deeper than any sword. All his life, he had ruled through fear. But this man, this slave, had ruled his own mind. The king couldn't sleep that night. His victories felt hollow, his riches meaningless. For the first time, he questioned himself. Days passed. He would summon Eli again and again, not to punish him, but to listen. They spoke of war, peace, courage, and the nature of strength. Slowly, the ice around Zoltar's heart began to melt. He realized that all his life he had conquered lands, but never conquered himself. And sometimes, it takes the lowest man to teach a ruler what greatness truly means. One morning, Zoltar stood before his court and declared, "From this day, the man called Eli is free. Not as a slave, but as my teacher." The hall erupted in shock, but no one dared speak. Eli bowed slightly. "I was never your enemy, my king," he said, "only a mirror to your own strength." Zoltar nodded slowly. "Then show me how to master it." From that day, the kingdom began to change. Zoltar no longer ruled through terror. He rebuilt villages, freed prisoners, and opened his gates to the poor. His people saw a new dawn, and at the heart of it all was Eli, the man who turned pain into wisdom, chains into freedom, and suffering into power. Years later, when Eli grew old, he left the palace to live in peace among the mountains where he had once been imprisoned. When he passed away, the king himself carried his ashes. Standing at the cliff, Zoltar whispered, "You taught me that strength is not the absence of pain. It is the courage to face it." The wind carried Eli's ashes across the horizon, like a spirit set free. So, when life pushes you to your knees, remember Eli. Remember the slave who faced pain, fear, and cruelty, yet refused to break. You are not weak because you struggle. You are strong because you keep standing. Every failure, every rejection, every loss is your training ground. Your mind is the sword. Your spirit is the shield. And when you stop fearing the storm, you become it. The unbreakable spirit isn't born, it's built, one trial at a time. And if this story touched your heart, taught you something, or reminded you of your own strength, then please like and subscribe to the channel and comment your opinion below. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire hearts and forge stronger minds.